Allow me to begin by welcoming the West Coast to Happy New Year 2019 in 49 minutes from when I'm starting this. And for everybody in the rest of the world, you've already hit Happy New Year unless you're in Hawaii. I don't think I have very many subscribers in Hawaii. I won't rule it out, but I don't think that's much of a thing. Bettman, get on it. Get us an expansion team in Hawaii. But anyways, 2018 has been a fantastic year. Look for videos tomorrow. Looking back on the season, the year that was, the season that was, and today I just didn't have much of a chance because there really wasn't much of a break in hockey. So when there was a bit of a break, we left the house to run some errands and tasks and things, and I came back and hockey was on again. So I'm like, oh, okay, so we had the 2-hour break. But for tomorrow, we will have a bit more of a break, and there's not a ton of games on. The first game is at Notre Dame. Now Chicago is listed as the home team against Boston. I verified this in a couple of locations. Of course, with it being an outdoor game and in Notre Dame, all being the home team means is you get last change. That's basically it. And it dictates which end of the ice you play at. Of course, it's been announced that Dallas will have an outdoor game for 2020. They will have the Winter Classic, which will probably not make a lot of people happy who want to see another one in Canada, but I have a funny feeling, too, that the NHL will keep expanding outdoor games and who gets what. But tomorrow it's Boston and Chicago, and it's at Notre Dame, and this looks like it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. Boston comes in at 21-14-4. Chicago 15-20-6, but they're getting better. And if you saw the road to the Winter Classic, which previews how both teams are doing going into this game, that was a fun. I watched the last episode of that. I know there's multiple episodes. I watched the last episode. It was kind of fun. And it shows Boston 6-4 over their last 10. They won their last game. Chicago 6-3-1. They won their last 2. Now, of course, the road to the Winter Classic ends off with the Christmas break. But still, it shows that both teams have been playing relatively well. On the road, Boston 8-9-4. At home, Chicago 8-8-4. None of that really matters a whole lot other than semantics, because neither of them are technically playing at home. But it's New England, so come on, Boston fans. Versus the West, Boston is 7-4-3 versus the East. Chicago's 5-7-2. There are those who will use this game as an argument that Chicago's really kind of an Eastern team because of its proximity to Boston, but there are a lot of Eastern teams that are in the West, and yeah, I think if we actually legitimately said, well, technically these teams are Eastern, I think we'd have a real imbalance on hand. Now, scoring. Pasternak leads the Bruins in scoring with 23 goals, 25 assists. Marchand, 12 goals, 29 assists. He's announced he will be in this game. Bergeron, 12 goals, 19 assists. Krejci, 7 goals, 23 assists. Krug, 4 goals, 19 assists. DeBrusk, 11 goals, 3 assists. McAvoy, 1 goal, 10 assists. Heinen, 4 goals, 6 assists. Backus, who's suspended, 3 goals, 7 assists. And Grzelcyk with 1 goal, 9 assists, rounds out the top 10 scorers for Boston. On the Chicago side of things, Kane, 22 goals, 28 assists. Taves, 16 goals, 19 assists. DeBrincat, 18 goals, 15 assists. Brandon Saad, 11 goals, 11 assists. Gustafsson, 8 goals, 13 assists. Strome, 9 goals, 10 assists. Anisimov, 7 goals, 11 assists. Keith, 16 assists. Seabrook, 4 goals, 11 assists. And Cahoon with 4 goals, 11 assists, rounds out the top 10. Goaltenders. Rask has been confirmed. He's 9-8-2, 2.67 goals against, 912 save percentage. Halak will be the backup. He's 12-6-2 with a 2.28 goals against, 928 save percentage. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised they didn't start Halak in this one, but hey. Ward's been confirmed as the starter, which makes Delia the backup. Delia is 3-0-0 with a 1.66 goals against, 957 save percentage. I do think Hawk fans are a little bit psyched up about Delia. I a little more guarded because I've seen goaltenders get off to hot starts before. Andrew Hammond comes to mind, but of course Hammond got Ottawa into the playoffs, so there's that. Ward 6-6-4 with a 3.9 goals against, 886 save percentage. He's been decent, not fantastic since Crawford got hurt. And I haven't heard anything yet on Crawford coming back ASAP or anything like that, but we'll see. I honestly think this game kind of favors Chicago just a little bit. And yet, Boston sits 1 point out of the playoffs after the action from tonight, from New Year's Eve. So there's a lot of emotion should be in this game for Boston. They should be well aware that despite all of the theatrics of having an outdoor game and all these fans once the puck drops, Boston should have its focus on the game at hand. And I think they're still the better team than Chicago, but I would not be surprised to see an upset in this one. All right, Winter Classic aside, next, Philadelphia in against the Nashville Predators. And Nashville feels like they're on their way back. So one victory, I think, can make that much of a difference. And tomorrow night, Philadelphia may be the team that sees it. Philadelphia's 15-18-5 after the loss tonight. Nashville's 23-15-2. And again, it felt like they kind of got on track with that win over Washington today. Over their last 10, Philadelphia's 3-5-2. They've lost 3 in a row. Nashville's 4-5-1. They've won their last game, which of course was today against Washington. On the road, Philly's 8-10-3 now, and at home, Nashville's 14-7. Versus the West, Nashville's 7-7, or versus the West, Philadelphia's 7-7-2 versus the East. Nashville's an impressive 11-3-1. So they're not the 10. I think they were up to 10-0-0 before they lost anything against the West or the East, I believe. But it's still a pretty solid record overall, isn't it? Scoring leaders, Voracek for Philly, 13 goals, 31 assists. Voracek, 10 goals, 20 assists. Couturier, 14 goals, 14 assists. Konechny, 9 goals, 12 assists. Simmons with 11 goals, 6 assists. Gostisbehere, 5 goals, 11 assists. Lawton with 7 goals, 8 assists. Van Riemsdyk, 5 goals, 8 assists. Provorov and Haig both have 4 goals and 8 assists to their name. I would expect Neuwirth to start tomorrow after Carter Hart had kind of a shaky start tonight. Neuwirth's now 1-2-1 with a 4.1 goals against, 865 save percentage. Hart is 2-3 with a 2.78 goals against and an 899 save percentage. So we'll see where Philly goes with that one. On the Nashville side of things, Johansson, 7 goals, 27 assists. Yossi, 7 goals, 22 assists. Ekholm, 3 goals, 22 assists. Forsberg, 14 goals, 8 assists. Fiala, 7 goals, 14 assists. Craig Smith, 10 goals, 10 assists for him. Turris with 6 goals, 12 assists. Bonino, 8 goals, 9 assists. Ellis, 4 goals, 13 assists. And Colton Sissons, 7 goals, 9 assists, rounds out the top 10 for the Nashville Predators. Goaltenders, I expect Saros in this one because Rene started today. Saros is 8-5-1, 3.05 goals against, 894 save percentage. Rene is now 15-10-1 with a 2.25 goals against and a 920 save percentage. So Rene's numbers have come back to earth. Saros, I think, gets a shot tomorrow. He's not going to start stealing starts, but maybe Rene's workload will be lightened a little bit. We'll see, though, because really Nashville tends to ride Rene pretty good throughout the season, almost regardless of numbers. But this is a game that I really think favors the Nashville Predators. I really believe that they've got something started tonight. But again, that's why you play the games, right? And last but not least, the Kings. This is the third matchup between these two teams in a little over a week. And for Vegas, they got their revenge in LA, but now LA gets to come in and see if they can beat Vegas twice in, 9 days? 10 days? LA is 16-21-3 now. They're 5-3-2 in their last 10. They won their last game. So LA's record is getting better. On the Vegas side of things, they're 23-15-4. They're 6-1-3 in their last 10. They've won 3 in a row since I saw them live. You're welcome, I guess. Anyways, on the road, LA is 7-10-2 at home. Vegas is 12-3-3. So those numbers all favor Vegas, but the numbers favored Vegas the last time they met, and the LA Kings came in and played spoiler. The Kings are clearly not giving up on the idea that they could be a playoff team. It is interesting to me that this is going on while Kovalchuk has been mostly a passenger for it, and I guess we'll see what they do with him as the season rolls along if he continues to be a passenger for it. Versus the West, LA's 11-12-1 versus the West. Vegas is 14-6-2. So it's a pretty strong favor that you would give Vegas in this matchup, if not for the fact that Vegas lost the last time they met in Vegas in overtime, and LA kind of pushed them around in that very physical game. So LA should come out and play a physical game again and see if they're able to reproduce that. On the LA side of things, their leading scorer is Kopitar with 9 goals, 18 assists. Brown, 11 goals, 11 assists. Doughty, 3 goals, 19 assists. Iafallo, 9 goals, 12 assists. Carter, 7 goals, 10 assists. Kovalchuk also with 7 goals, 10 assists. Muzzin, 4 goals, 12 assists. Toffoli, 6 goals, 9 assists. Kempe, 5 goals, 7 assists. And Martinez with 3 goals and 8 assists rounds out the top 10. Goaltenders. Quick started today. You know what? You go with Peterson tomorrow because Peterson beat Vegas in Vegas 2 Saturdays ago. Peterson's 5-4-1 with a 2.61 goals against, 924 save percentage. Quick's numbers continue to get better. He's at 6-9-2 now with a 2.87 goals against, 904 save percentage. Again, I don't think that LA can make up the ground. I don't think LA can make the playoffs, but they haven't given up. On the Vegas side of things, Carlson leads the way with 15 goals and 15 assists. Marchessault, 13 goals, 17 assists. Alex Tuch also has 13 goals, 17 assists. Smith, 9 goals, 18 assists. Eakin, 12 goals, 10 assists. Pacioretty, 10 goals, 9 assists. Theodore, 4 goals, 15 assists. Miller, 2 goals, 15 assists. And Schmidt and Holden have 3 goals, 10 assists. So scorers 8, 9, and 10 are all defensemen for the Vegas Golden Knights. Goaltending, I kind of expect Subban in this one because, I don't know, do you give Fleury a rest tomorrow or do you play him again? Does Subban get another start based on the fact that he won his last one? Subban's 1-5 with a 3.1 goals against, 895 save percentage. Fleury's 22-10-4, 2.55 goals against, 910 save percentage. So it'll be interesting to see what Vegas does with this game and whether or not LA can come in and win twice in 10 days in Vegas, especially after Vegas went into LA and beat them. Maybe this is one of those matchups where the home team just can't win. But for LA, it's important because if they want the conversation to become one of what their odds are of making it, they have to be better than 5-3-2 in 10-game segments. Because think of it this way: another 5-3-2 would get them to 21, 24, and 5. They'd be at 48 games, and they would still be pretty far back of a playoff spot in all likelihood. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes because Vegas appears to be rounding into form, but LA beat them last time they came into town. We'll see if they can do it again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Again, happy 2019. Welcome to the year. And tomorrow we'll look back at 2018 in a couple of ways and ahead at 2019 as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And I'll talk to you again soon.